Hello. I wanted to talk about some of my religious experiences. Now, um, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I was not raised in a Christian household. My mother was raised Baptist, but um, what am I trying to say? Oh, she stopped believing. Actually, I don't think she's ever really believed in it. I think it was just kind of forced on her from her parents. But yeah, she's not a Christian. My father is a Muslim. He started off in the Nation of Islam, um, and then basically like converted to Islam. But since I was born, he hasn't been like strict on practicing anything. I think he's shied away from it, but he still calls himself a Muslim. None of us, meaning his children, we've never been forced to um, you know, choose religion. So I don't know. I've always been fascinated by it. Well, um, basically, what I want to say is that I've never really had a Christian experience. So I know a lot of pagans on here were Christians first. So I just want to tell you what my side is, what my difference is. When I was 7, I think 6 or 7, I had a babysitter who was like she was a very Christian woman, and like she would make little flashcards with little pictures on them for me and my sister to learn about Bible scriptures and whatnot. And I mean, it was fun when we were little, but you know, olive oil on forehead and what else did we do? We would pray before dinner. It was kind of weird at first because we weren't used to that. We didn't do that at my house. Um, but basically, we didn't realize that she was trying to convert us because we didn't know what Christianity was. And she had us praying one day, and we were asking her questions about the Bible and whatever. And one day, she basically told me and my sister, who, mind you, we were like 6 and 7, that anybody who's not a Christian goes to hell. And we started freaking out. And we're like, but even our parents? And she's like, yeah, they have to go to hell too if they don't become Christian. But she was really nice. She was really nice about it. It wasn't like she was just like, you're going to hell. Like, it was just, no, yeah, they're definitely going to go to hell, blah, blah, blah. So we were scared. And, we asked, but what if, our parents, they're really nice people. Um, they've never hurt anybody. They've never killed anybody. They've never cheated anybody out of anything, they still have to go to hell? And she's like, yeah. And as a child, like, that's devastating to hear. Um, you know, so we tried to say that we came home basically, and we basically tried to tell our dad, you gotta become a Christian, you gotta become a Christian, you're gonna go to hell. And my dad freaked out because here's this woman who's supposed to be babysitting us. She's basically telling us that we're all gonna die and burn. um, so yeah, he wasn't too thrilled about that. Neither was my mother. But we still kept going to her. She still tried to teach us about the Bible and whatever. But we never converted. And I think part of it was because we didn't like the moral aspect of the fact that, basically, if you're if you don't believe in Jesus Christ and that He died for your sins, that's it. You can do all the best in the world, but if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, that's it. Your soul is going to rot in hell for eternity. And um, I just never felt that was right. I mean, because Muslims, they believe in Jesus. They believe that he was a prophet, um, but he wasn't the son of God. I'm not sure. Wait, maybe it's not he's a prophet, but he's definitely a good guy, and he's in the book. The way my dad was taught, I don't know if it's a difference because he was taught in the Nation of Islam first, but the way he was taught was you had to read the Bible first, and then you had to read the Quran. And I thought that was interesting because you, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if there's a difference um, teaching wise between Nation of Islam and the plain worldwide Islam, but um, yeah, I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that until like, this past year that they did that. So they don't neglect the Christian faith because it's part of their faith. And I think a lot of times Christians like to bash Muslims and really get on my nerves. But anyways, okay, so my point is that from the start, um, Christianity just never sat well with me. Religion in general never really quite sat well with me, partly because on my father's side, half of the family is Christian. Like half of his brothers and sisters are Christian, and the other half are Muslim. And there's 13 of them. So when there are family gatherings, a lot of times people will start arguments about religion. Like we try to refrain from it now, but before I remember when I was younger, there was always an argument about religion. Um, yeah. I have something else I want to say. I'm going to do that in another video because I'm almost, well, I've got 7 minutes just taken up, so I'm just going to do it in another video because it's going to take some time. So, thank you for watching if you are. I know I'm new, so I'm not expecting like big numbers or anything. So, alright, peace out. Bye.